16, jumping ahead to be like Thailand top supermodel. I did everything there in fashion, food, runway show. I work a lot to be top 5 of Thailand supermodel in that time. We can feel the sadness inside. As a woman, we carry so many hats, becoming wife, partner, mother. We want to conquer the world. Look into the mirror. I like this person. I admire this person. And I really respect this person right in front of me in the mirror. And I think that feels great.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Quiet Work Podcast. As you know, on this podcast, we interview a lot of founders, executives, directors. They grow various businesses, different businesses in different industries. And you probably heard about the rule number 1 of growing a business, which is to stay in the business. When it comes to staying in business, one thing that we should all, and I mean you as well, take special care about is your inner peace, your wellness. And that is exactly the topic of today's conversation. I'm here with a wellness and beauty entrepreneur who is bridging the gap between external aesthetics and deep internal spirituality. And I couldn't imagine a better first name of my guest than Joy. Joy, please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Matt, for the great introduction. So everyone, my name is Joy Wanichkul. I'm from Thailand and now live here in the US. My work is involved in the integration of beauty, wellness, and consciousness. So I'm a founder and CEO of the company Wellness of Joy, and I'm the creator of the Intelligent Beauty Method.
The Intelligent Beauty Method, that sounds very sophisticated. Would love to hear about that. But before we get into that part and hearing about also your ventures in the Los Angeles area, how did it all start? When did you do before that? And how did that path led into what you're doing currently?
So I started out my career very young, at 16, jumping ahead to be like Thailand top supermodel there for a very long time. And I did everything there in fashion, food, runway show. I work a lot in the, getting climbed to be top 5 of Thailand supermodel in that time. But I continue work. And then after that, after modeling, opened the spa and wellness center, in 2004 and for 17 years. And
Wow.
I ended up have 6 spa and wellness center, which is one that in medical spa. I work with a doctor and in that area. And also have another company which is doing spa product and beauty product. So I ran that for almost, I think about before I moved to the US, like 12 years. And then I moved here, continue it like working distant in for another 5 years. So I came here in the US, it's about 2014. Yes, I remember. And to brought my son to the school in the US. And that time my son had a very high intelligent brain. We couldn't find any school to fit him in Asia. So we decided, to left everything there. I left my business, I left my friend, I left everything that I was just growing up with and to come here. And, after all of that, so what am I going to do? So I started off to train and to learn everything that I love to do. So like into diversity, hypnotherapy, Heart Math Institute, yoga, and everything. And I start to teach meditation in the school for the middle and high school and serve as a director and board of the school for 6 years. And then I realized that I haven't used anything everything, not anything. I haven't used any of my background, experience, and knowledge in entrepreneurship and all spa. So I created Intelligent Beauty for 5 years and wrote a book. And right now I'm ready to share it with the world and you. So Thank you so much for having me.
We'd love to hear more about that and all of the new ventures that you're encountering 2026. I was really curious to hear, as I was preparing for the podcast, about your take on your opinion on the duality of your experience. The supermodel world is highly superficial. Everyone is judging everyone. It's completely different environment to the wellness space, that inner peace, the space where you don't have to judge yourself, you don't judge others, you let them be, you love yourself and you love others. You find your inner peace in that crazy world wherever you are. So how was your experience combining these two worlds to essentially leverage your background and I think it built high confidence in a supermodel world. But how did you?
Yes.
What was your experience changing completely different spectrum, if you will?
Yeah, yes, you got into the right into point because I was born in I live in the family who are really having the inner practice, you know. My great grandmother, my grandmother, my mother aside, we all meditator. And
Mm.
since I was a little girl, you know, my grandmother just took me to the temple with her and I remember just stay in you remember like 4 years old. And in Thailand at the temple we just stayed on the big Buddha day. They stay at the temple overnight, you know, on the flat, on the mat, on the floor. And that time I was living with my grandmother most of the time. The way of my great grandmother was non-chanting. So that is how I absorbing and embody that every day. And I think that is the strength and the foundation I have into all the time in my life. She was just sliding up us in front of the statue and just chanting and meditating every night before we went to sleep with my brother, my sister. During the teenager, I jumped into fashion industry. I got discovered, you know, at the very last department store, still wearing the school uniform. And right away, I went into uh, s- walk in the fashion show of like the very haute couture, high fashion in Thailand. My life has changed completely. And, you know, from the school girl right away into the top of the country. I got named as um, Thailand teenage model on the cover magazine. When I really look back at my life and I really think like, why am I receiving this prestigious honor in my work? It's not because I'm the most beautiful girl in the country, or not because of I'm the most beautiful girl in the group of fashion model. And I think it's because of what is the foundation of the inner work too, you know, inner peace, inner quality, inner beauty, which is I call, and then the outer beauty in fashion world there. So I would love to share that.
And you turned it into a method. I think you combined all these three very important aspects, which is the inner peace, inner beauty, which radiates to the world. I mean, every minute we spend on a call, I feel calmer and easier and more at ease, especially with a perfect name for the right person. Then the outer beauty, obviously, you still look 19 or 20. But
Yeah.
there is something about that. And obviously, you said yes. You took the opportunities, you grabbed them and you ran with it. A lot of people are just fearful to say yes. And I remember one of the podcasts I listened on wellness the other day, and the host said that if everyone in the world could commit not 1 hour just like you did when you were growing up, but maybe 5 minutes to just sit down, one during morning time, in the middle of the day, or in the evening before going to sleep, just 5 minutes by themselves, focusing on their breath, trying to calm their nervous system down. I think he said he thinks the world would be a better place. So I agree with you. And I try to catch those moments whenever I can to just breathe, even when you walk outside, be with nature, or in a crazy, chaotic world. I think that's very, very important. So it's a beautiful habit and ritual, I guess, that you grew up around with. So I'm glad that hear directly from you. So let's talk about the intelligent beauty method. Tell us how does work, who is this for, what are you currently working on in 2026?
Yes, so intelligent beauty is the method, you know, is the formula how to integrating the inner beauty and outer beauty in harmonizing together by using the methodology that I have grew up with in Western world and in Eastern world and the Western world. You know, like I'm really like passionate about I want people to look and feel beautiful from the inside out as much as the outside in. And I think that everyone that I've been speaking to, you know, that is one side that people who are loving their inner beauty and neglecting the outer beauty, or just care about outer beauty and then like inner beauty, like whatever. I suffer, I'm sad, I'm okay as long as I look beautiful. But we all knows that we can't compromise that anymore, right? It's just when how much of we feel like how we feel inside. That's the foundation of what it look outside. And you can see when we talk about people, we talk to people anywhere, we can feel like even they look so glamorous and beautiful, but we can feel the sadness inside. So as a woman, we carry so many hats, becoming wife, partner, mother, and also like we want to conquer what we want to accomplish in the world. Because
Mm,
I think as human being, we all have the curiosity in our mind, like who are we? Right? Who am I? And who am I able to contribute in the world? And I think like with all the responsibility and majority of women that femininity just like holding that passionate and not be able to to get into the world of to see, it's taking dedication, taking time, taking all of that, right? So in intelligent beauty is really teaching women how to live life in the wholeness and get into the strength, understand the true beauty that come from the foundation of the inner beauty, how to cultivate, inner beauty like love, compassion, authenticity, courage, power, and all of the way of the
mm,
being into the being, because that's like how you create the energy and frequency. And then as well as it teaching women how to take care of their outer experience, outer radiance by using the methodology of the supermodel. Just like I have, direct experience for 30 years, how to take care of their skin, how to take care of their look, and how to pick up the right clothes or dress that's speaking to for that for us, and how to take care of our wellness, to take care of our body, how to take care of our frequency, how to be in alignment of the energy around us. So it's kind of like it's a big principle that combine inner beauty, outer beauty, wellness, and consciousness to align, embody, and become magnificent with wholeness. So I gathering and dedicating my life into it, not only my direct experience that I've been in the fashion industry and long-time meditator. I train as a hypnotherapist, has heart math trainer, yoga instructor, meditation teacher, transformational trainer, and also now I'm just like get training as an gifted intuition coach. So I'm really very passionate. I want to be a part of this movement. I want to create something that I'm helping other people to feel and look beautiful and live life the way that they want and desire.
So it's really a transformation to reach that homeostasis, the harmony in your life. It's not only about one thing, it's about everything that comes together, make us together in a whole. I like what you said there. How does it work? Is this a program? Because you cover a lot of things from inner beauty to outer beauty. So I can imagine it's not something that happens during one event or
Mhm.
one day. It's not going to be transformational enough to do it within one day. So how does it work? Is that online, offline, hybrid mode? How are, I'm assuming, mostly women able to begin their transformation and towards that homeostasis?
Yeah, right now, so I'm creating everything in the full transformation because, like you say, it's exactly like I'm so glad that the heart of it to be in coherence, so to live life in coherence with ourselves. I didn't want everybody to look like the supermodel. I just want to find a way of people who are feel appreciate in their own beauty. Men have beauty too, right? Have the beauty in acceptance of who they and women too by creating and using all of this technique, which is really helpful, because of like, instead of like going on into Instagram, look at these people, but I think there is so many things behind that. You have to understand first the knowledge have to come, like working together, you will understand and change the mindset get out of the limiting belief that we cannot look and feel beautiful. It's just only for her because she undercover, but it's not for me. I was I am the truly example of that. I came from the student. There is a process of to look and feel that way. But in the meantime, how to cultivate the inner beauty, which is like all the practice of mindset. Now we can use the technique of meditation, affirmation, and all many things that helping to changing the frequency energy to be in coherence. And it takes time and fun. And I think community is very important. I really want to create a community of women, of look and feel beautiful and successful, to be all around in up with everything that they wanted to be, create a life that they desire. So I create a whole full transformation immersive experience. I'm writing the book right now, which is I'm so excited. It took me almost than 2 years and to finish it. And right now I'm finishing it up and probably gonna launch this in soon in fall. I think like okay, keep on moving. But either, now we're talking about the date of the launch. I would love to share with you what I got today.
Yes,
So I think
absolutely.
the book is the first step that you can come into understand about intelligent beauty and come to my website. Come to I plan to coming out to see the world more often, and then creating and offering the free website, the free workshop and many things. If you feel called that coming to learning and then committed and taking seriously about that you want life to change and you can change it, join me.
I love it, Joy. So there will
Joy,
be
joy.
we'll make sure to leave all the links around the video so people can explore it, and we'll wait for the book launch. That's going to be another thing we're going to share with them. I think book is always a great way to get to know someone, that being a coach or an author, to learn about them and hear their story. So I'm looking forward to promoting that wherever I can. So back to the beauty intelligent beauty method. Is that someone after the workshop? What happens after the workshop? What are you planning? I know this is a concept that you're still developing, but will you host in-person events as well, or is it going to be online, mostly online experience for those who want to take the next step towards change in their lives?
Yeah, my heart is really go to the in-person events. I own spa and wellness center for a very long time, and we do so well with transform women. And in that time, it's in the spa, and we have the family group. We see the woman that coming from not confident into very high confident and getting out and just like creating the new life that they want. So I think I'm very passionate for that. I would love to continue. Of course, I can connect with more people around the world with virtual, but I definitely will have the in-person event. And I think transformation and 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 with in-person create the impact. You can feel the other person. You get into the energy of the woman that who are thinking the same and want the same thing and want to achieve and understand. You can ask me question. You can understand about what it be like. I just came back from the speaking event in San Diego to be around with the woman to really give them some coaching on how to really taking to the center of the stage, how to be at the center of attention when all eyes are on you, right? Because I've been trained that for 30 years. I was always on the stage. All eyes look at me. And many people that share, even they are like like seasoned speaker, it's still there is something in that moment that they feel like they want to shy away, you know, feel that this is good enough. We all been to that unworthiness. Am I do it right? Am I not good enough? How can I look? This or like all of those self-sabotaging and inner voice that always behind it. So I want to taking all my knowledge that I was in fashion to make women feel about how can I radiate from the best self and look at that best. Not only style that best, but they look at that best. And we all know that it starts from inside. It starts from within.
And that transformation can happen at any age, I'm assuming, not have 18 or 20-year-olds. So if you want to take a transformation, if you want to take it serious, it's never too late. And I think today is better than tomorrow. So take a first step towards that. You also mentioned in our previous conversation about your current ventures, we touched on, I guess we can call it wellness tech, where there are centers, part of fitness centers around your area, where you have, I guess we can call it elite athletes recovery protocols, just blue light. I'm sorry,
Mm.
red light therapy, not blue light. Red light therapy.
Yes.
Even though blue light seems to have a lot more studies coming up, so there's now red light plus blue light therapy sessions coming up for various reasons. So I'm a big fan of photomodulation, so we can touch on that as well. Then we had cold exposure, cryo, if I remember correctly. Then what else? There was hyperbaric chamber commerces.
Yes. Yeah. Hyperbaric chamber. Yes.
That's another one. That's something that I've looked into, haven't tried it yet. So, are you operating studios, or is it because of your background in the spa industry back in Asia? Tell us about that as well.
Yes. So with the team, with the team, with the group of the wellness group that we opened the Elix Wellness Center inside the first center we opened it inside LA Fitness in Encinitas. It's called Bandit Wellness. We just opened, less than a
Right.
month. It's a very, very, very happy about the result. So we are the first one that have all of this coming together in one center. Normally, when you want to do one equipment, you have to traveling around, and one center have only one machine. So we put everything together in terms of the so we can be the benefit, and we run as a membership base, and so people can come and use the all of this equipment and the best that we could find in the market right now, and to feel better, like we have so many great results. People are just having the cold, and then as just so many of like abuse in alcohol come and use the service, and like they feel better, they feel more clear, they feel more in alignment with themselves. So I'm very happy about it. And yeah, and so of the and step back into wellness center again, even part of it just make my heart full, like to that is I live my life. I just live my life as a way I teach. So I would love all of this equipment. It's just like, part of it. First of all, we have to take care of ourselves and believe from the inside. And then, there are so many things that we can help to upgrading level, right? Biohacking and all of that. But we got to starting from ourselves first. This is from this and outside.
Absolutely. No, I think that aligns with everything that you do in general. So I'm glad to hear about that as well. You've
Yeah,
mentioned,
we're gonna open the second branch too. Like, I would love to take the tour and for you guys to coming in to see.
oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna invite you to come.
yes, first of all, invite me. That's that's for sure. And then second of all, please share with us on LinkedIn and even YouTube more behind the scenes of how it looks like. I think we should promote it more because I mean, that's the best experience you can get as far as recovery goes. And if you're in
Yeah,
pain, if you're constantly have some inflammations going on, it's really hard to reach any sort of peace in your life. So that's a definitely, those are proven methods to recover, and
yeah.
that just works so well.
I remember that when I first met you, you have that little like derby and that like do you like I
Yeah.
already know you are my people. Like, you have it in your office.
I have it
Yeah.
in my office. I use it often. I think that the photo modulation, I mean, it's now widely used amongst, that's why I've mentioned, I really meant calling it elite athlete recovery protocol, because that's what you see among all the elite athletes. It's part of
Yeah.
it. Photo modulation, you have cryo or cold exposure, and then heat
Yeah.
exposure that works really well. And then obviously oxygen therapies and similar are working really well too.
We have all of that. We have cardio, we have the red light therapy, we have the full spectrum bait, which is so popular. Like it's so busy every day. We just open 1 month. The whole month is full with that appointment. And then yeah, it's just and it's so happy to see that people are just like starting to get curious about it and to know about that. And plus, we have the concept of want to have is for everyday people, that you not need to just like this is the extra cost. It's like taking as one part of the well-being, self-care. Because when I live in transformation, teaching or mentoring. We
Yes,
all like see people always just like, oh, how we gonna make more money? How we gonna get all of another success? But one of the first part that entrepreneur forgot is like forget it is about the self-care part. And self-care can go from walking in nature, hiking, bath, or to do something like this, joy the place that, having a new modality, it's just like shortcutting, taking care of yourself. And that the act of taking care of yourself, even getting the nice moisturizer, apply moisturizer on your face, the act of you just like starting to go back into taking care of ourselves in that deep level. It's generating not only the result on the shallow level of the skin, it's going penetrate within into everything, emotional, right? Emotional, mentally, spiritual, and everything. It just is so many studies that talk about that. So by applying moisturizer, by going to the spa, by going say yes to fitness and active recovery like this, you're just opening so many doors of the possibility of, to live life longer, longevity is less. And
absolutely. And you're a great example of how to age very gracefully and very slowly. So listen to whatever Joy says. And I wanted to add to this that because I know a lot of us come up with excuses all the time. Oh, it's too expensive, or when you're financially well, or you don't have time for anything because you have kids, because you have that. I think everything is manageable, and you don't always have to spend 8 hours at a spa. That's how we see it from the movies. I guess that's at least how I grew up thinking. Oh my God, she went to the spa. She probably spent thousands of dollars and spend their 10 or 12 hours, or for men the same, or men were afraid to go to the spa, but that could be your spa, an ice bath or a cryotherapy that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. But once you're done with your 2 or 3 minutes, you feel like never before. I mean, it's so good for your body, and it releases all those good happiness hormones right away. So that's
yeah,
helps you radiate, think clearer, and grow your business after all. So do it,
yes,
and it doesn't have to cost you bank. It doesn't have to cost you all day or too much of your commitment. You can start slowly, and it has a lot of benefits with it. You mentioned a very interesting keyword before. It gives you, I paraphrase it, you said something that your heart is full when you see people transform, or when you see people walk out better than as they were walking in. Other than being on those billboards and on, congrats, by the way, officially now to your nomination and award as well. Other
yeah.
than all those awards, we can touch on that as well. What gives you the most fulfillment at what you do when you look back at your story, at your journey so far?
Yeah, I look back at my life. I already know that I'm not living in the typical model of the entrepreneur. I shift and change my life all the time. Like I come from high school girl to modeling to acting a little bit and shift again to be entrepreneur to own the success of a spa in my country. And shifted again to working on to become a teacher now and mentoring in and really have this big, big, big mission and compassion and vision of to go through it. And I feel like this is who I am at this moment. Like, when I remember when I teach meditation to middle and high school, like even I have to drive an hour and be with them and be able to teach them into like very short time. I feel wonderful. I feel that my life is worth living. And right now, like I'm really shifting into the full embodiment of my skill set, my experience, which is I took everything that I experienced and achievement and want to give out into the world in a big way. And I feel great, when I see the transformation right in front of my eyes. When I feel that I be a part of it to making the difference into this world. So I think that is where my heart is, and I really love to be around with beautiful inside out and outside people. I think that the world would be a better place for people to feel better about themselves, to look into the mirror and like, yes, I like this person. I admire this person and I really respect this person right in front of me in the mirror. And I think that feel great. That it's just like, that feel that we make it. We make it into accepting and love ourselves in such a way. And I think that, from me traveling across the world to come here and be able to have this recognition and from people, I feel truly grateful. Yeah. I just like receiving the top 10 CEO to watch from in 2026 from LA Tribune, and I just feel so grateful. Yeah, it's like a dream, and to really, I started everything from scratch here when about 11 years ago, and right now, like wow, it's just like American dreams. I really make it happen. People is start to recognize it.
I love that. Congratulations again. I think those little gifts from the universe are exactly because that's the energy that it give out as well to the world. And I strongly believe that everything we do, we say, we think, and how we act comes back as a boomerang. So if good things happen to you, that means you are a good person. You are doing good in the world to some degree, bigger or doesn't really matter if bigger or small. The good deeds compound, and I think that that should be an invitation to us all to just be conscious about the fact that everything comes back as a boomerang. So be careful when you judge someone too harshly, or when you judge yourself. I guess judge someone by that I mean the person in the mirror, because probably that's the person that you judge too often rather than others. You just we should be much better with ourselves and to ourselves. I agree with you there. And it's yeah, it's a beautiful journey that you took us through today. So thank you so much for that, Joy. I know the book is coming up. You are opening another studio, the Lead Wellness Protocol Studio, let's call it. We have the program starting, the workshop. What are you excited about the most for 2026 for the rest of the year?
I'm excited. I could see more people in the world. I'm creating this program and being such a nerdy writing and creating for 5 years, and now I'm my heart. I want to see more people. I want to speak more on stage. I want to connect with people and to share what I know and to learn what they know. Just like I think the world is a much better place than when we have the like-minded people come together and to really share. And I really want to see my book everywhere. People holding the book in their hand. It's just like, okay, this is the labor of love. And I think the book really represented all my teacher. It's come from the monk, the yogi, the neuroscientist, the beauty stylist, fashion photographer. Like I feel like this is all of this different and diverse and came into the lens of joy and of the intelligent beauty. And I really think that this is the most selfless project that I create in my life and the biggest project. And yeah, I want to see people transform and feel great about themselves through it and look beautiful from their inside out as much as outside in. So I'm really dream big and thank you so much for inviting me to be in your podcast here so I can share.
It's an honor to have you on a podcast. And I think every project you approach with alacrity, with that positive energy and enthusiasm. There's no way it's going to fail. So I'm looking forward to seeing the first 1,000 readers of your book, or 1,000 reviews of your book, with them holding the book and telling about the transformation from reading it alone. And I'm also looking forward to seeing the first 1,000 transformations that from people. I guess we can say people that graduate the intelligent beauty method. So I look forward to that, and seeing your continued success, and probably seeing you somewhere on one or two billboards somewhere in Los Angeles or New York.
On the Times Square right now, like LA Tribune and putting me on the Times Square
There
at
you
this
go.
moment. I'm just like, wow, that's it. Why this dream? You give me the great idea, Matt. I think like if people that reach out to you or to me directly for 1,000 people, I will send the book to them before and they're going to see it before the world. How about that?
That sounds great. Yes, we'll make a call to action down below the video. We'll leave your LinkedIn and your other information also around it. So if someone would like to reach out, or someone has a pressing matter that they need to talk to someone, I think Joy is is the right person to talk to about. At least she will never ignore you. So if you need to hear, if you need to share or open up in front of someone, I think Joy is the perfect person to do it virtually or in person if you're around Los Angeles. So thank you so much for this conversation, Joy. I feel so much at ease right now. I think I'm ready to go for the day. I'm going to take a walk with my daughter now. That's what I'm going to do and reflect on the conversation today. Thank you so much. Yeah, see you soon.
Thank you so much.